Hi everybody, my name's Claire Wilkinson and I work for Payden and Rygel, and I'm here to give all of you who work for city institutions a rallying call to participate in We Can Be next year. So thank you very much to the Lord Mayor's office for allowing me to speak. It gives me a huge amount of pleasure to talk about the really positive experience that we at Payden and Rygel had in participating in She Can Be Day this year. We were paired with Barking Abbey School. So I'll start with a little background about Payden and Rygel and what motivated us to take part, and then I'll tell you about our day and how we've continued our links to Barking Abbey School and what this programme means to the whole of our team at Payden. Our students couldn't join us tonight for safeguarding reasons because we're serving alcohol, but they said some wonderful things in their thank you cards that I want to read out to you. So just a little bit of background about Payden and Rygel. Payden and Rygel is a Los Angeles headquartered fixed income asset manager. We're fairly unusual in the city in terms that our founder, Joan Payden, is a woman, and the majority of our assets under management are managed by teams with women in senior leadership positions. In London, we have a staff of just over 30 people from a broad spectrum of backgrounds and performing a wide range of roles. We're pretty atypical in our small headcount size for participation in We Can Be. So I've also been asked to say something about what motivates me personally to support diversity and inclusion. I'm the General Counsel of Payden in Europe and a board member, and joined the firm 2.5 years ago after a 30-year city career in law. I guess that means I've got the high heels and the shoulder pads. Recently though, I've started sharing my story as a survivor of childhood sexual abuse, rape and domestic violence, who had no real choice but to be a single parent female breadwinner. When I started in the city, women's networking seemed to be based on carrying the right sort of designer handbag and pretending to be perfect. It was done in a competitive, snobby way that demeaned other women and let minorities down. It alienated me and it demoralised me. At the time, people in the city seemed more judgmental than I hope they are now. Then I realised there were countless other people with similar stories to mine and people who'd endured worse discrimination or hardship. Me talking about my experiences has encouraged other people in my own office and in the broader city community to talk about adversity that they faced and how they found the resilience to get through challenges. With She Can Be, we didn't sugarcoat our stories for the students. We talked about the value of knowing your own worth, standing on your own 2 feet, creating platforms of qualifications, training, working in prestigious organisations, creating networks, demonstrating empathy, supporting colleagues, and being ourselves. Payden has a relatively small London headcount, as I said, when we compare ourselves to other people who participate in We Can Be. Almost half of our London staff are women. A third of our London staff are of colour. Our diversity is enhanced by colleagues coming from Romania, Bulgaria, Switzerland, France, Turkey, Denmark, and the Netherlands. You can imagine what the sweepstake was like for the World Cup. Anyway, in interviews now, I've stopped asking candidates how they're going to fit in. And instead, I explain to them why diversity matters to us and ask them how they're going to stand out, not fit in. I feel we need to encourage people to be themselves and to contribute as themselves to our work. So we regarded We Can Be as an opportunity to foster collaboration within our own office. We started off with a women-only group meeting for 30 minutes on Wednesdays just before lunch to bounce ideas around. These planning meetings was when I first noticed the benefit of taking part in We Can Be. It united the women staff members with a common purpose. Planning the day facilitated conversations around our career paths, the obstacles and the challenges, the non-linear career paths that we'd taken to arrive at our current positions. I found that we were sharing stories with an honesty and a humility that was really cathartic. So the benefit of We Can Be began before the students even arrived, in fostering that mutual respect and recognition of difference between the women in the office. I'm moved to say that I think that the teamwork and respect has lasted well beyond the day itself. Once we had a framework for our She Can Be Day, we engaged the men in the office as allies. Everyone who wanted a role had one. It was deliberately inclusive and deliberately non-hierarchical. So the students arrived. There were 9 of them plus their teacher, Izzy, from Barking Abbey School. Things that were impactful for me about the day are hearing the girls say that they didn't expect city workers to be nice or even quite so human. We were mindfully down to earth and relatable. The girls said they expected an office to be full of upper-class white men, but they didn't get it with us. One student initially said she wasn't sure why she'd come for a City Experience Day, as she wanted a career as a graphic designer. We explained Lucy without a degree does our graphics, and so much design goes into marketing materials. It's fair to say it was eye-opening for her. The morning was spent on a game, doing a game on the importance of pensions, learning the 4 Ps of marketing, and culminated in the students creating and delivering a presentation on emerging market debt. Their level of understanding was really impressive. I also noticed how well the students worked together. We tried to achieve a mixture of group work and one-to-ones. The students loved hearing our non-linear career path stories, how we juggled family life, caring responsibilities, etc., with jobs, and what setbacks we'd experienced and how we'd overcome them. A few months later, 4 of the students approached us for work experience for a week. We wanted to help, of course. We really wanted to continue our engagement with Barking Abbey School. We offered 2 work experience slots on a first-come, first-served basis. Honestly, we had a fabulous week. The students created a glossary of investment management terms, sort of debunking all the mythology, and a presentation about the firm, demonstrating their great understanding of our business and the roles that everyone in it plays. Participants in We Can Be get to realise that the city is full of extraordinary, ordinary, relatable people like them and like you. We feel we've made a contribution in expanding the talent pool from which the city can draw. Here's what Aisha and Sarah said at the end of their work experience week with us. Payden is amazing. We didn't expect to have this much fun. We've been so well looked after. Thank you to everyone for being so honest about your jobs. You have made a difference. I want to work for Payden. So thank you for listening, and I hope to see you on the planning calls for We Can Be next year.